Okay, just I marked all of the things that where they needed to be cut, and I actually cut a couple of these as trials, you know, close to the seawall where I could. It worked out okay. This one's off a little bit. It's a little bit high. It needs to be trimmed back down, but that's okay. This is just a fast word about this. I have, you know, when you have cordless tools, you kind of commit to a battery. That's the key to the whole thing, because most of the tools are okay. I've had a lot of Ryobi tools over the course of years, and they've held up pretty well, actually. That was like my first. My very first was a 9.6 volt Makita, but that was years ago. I mean, in the late 80s, early 90s, and I used that into the ground. But anyway, fast forward, when you commit to a battery, you know, you don't get the tools. So I only have, I think this is the only Ryobi battery that I have left, and I bought this drill on clearance. It was $40 with the battery that they happened to have at the time at Home Depot years ago. And but anyway, this is the only battery that I have left. So I have all these Ryobi or rigid batteries. But what I wanted to show you is, if you look, they make adapters. A third party makes adapters where you can find these on eBay. This was about $20, give or take, and it snaps into all the Ryobi tools, and then you can use your rigid batteries to go with your Ryobi tools, and they work just fine. So that's a free hint. Okay, I'm going to cut one thing, and I guess I'll film it. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. There's these pieces of shell all over the place, and I'm barefoot today. So you can see where these are all marked, and I checked pillar to pillar or piling to piling with a 4-foot level just to see, and everything is perfect. So I'm happy. You know, I showed you the water level, and you can check it with a laser also, but most lasers, at least the ones that most people get, are only good at night. So okay, so and that's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. All right. So so I'm out of cement. I have to go and get cement tomorrow. But you can see where the water level is down at river level right now. That I'll fill out, and with cement, the cement will come all the way up to the top. I'll have 2 L brackets that will go down into the cement, you know, 3 or 4 inches down in here. They'll come up here, and then I can screw my boards, my dock rafters in this way, and the same thing over there. And then I'll build the superstructure between the 2. I have stainless joist hangers, and I will use those to support the center. And then I've decided, I think I was going to try to reuse these dock boards, and some of them are okay and whatever. I have a planer. I could run them through the planer and clean them up, make them, they'll be a little skinnier, but you know, clean them up, make them look pretty. But so many of them which are split, some are rotted, some are damaged. I laid all the 4-footers from this section of dock out there to dry, but you know, so I'm thinking that rather than having to redo in a few years, I'm getting too old for this, that I can do it just one time. So I think that if I pull the trigger for another $1,000, well, maybe $1,500, I can probably get decking, you know, a 5/4 pressure treated, regular pressure treated decking that will go on top of my marine grade rafters. And Bob's your uncle. So anyway, that's where I am. This is all for today. I just did the one, whatever, when I can, I use the little boat, my little boat, to move around from place to place just to do the marking. I could stand in the boat and use a magic marker to put the lines on the whatchamacallits, the pilings. But anyway, you can see I was worried that I wasn't going to have enough in the height of these things, but you can see I have to cut off even here. It's quite deep. That's a 10-footer there, so that's 10 feet out of the water. I'm going to cut, you know, 6 or 8 inches out of it, whatever it is. Here the river comes a little bit shallower, and these are only 8-footers here, so that's 2 feet shorter than these. So you can see the riverbank drops like this. This is a non-used piling. This originally, I think that the owner before, or the owner's son or somebody, had a side lift on here for a small boat of some kind over there, but instead I put a davit to lift stuff out of the water. Anyway, but I'll probably put some lighting or something on top of this, and then maybe if I get a side lift for a jet ski or something, I'll use it over there. But anyway, all right. So I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm getting close. So tomorrow I'm going to get cement, even though that my poor old pickup truck the transmission is complaining. I'm good for probably one more trip anyway before I have to take it in and get it serviced. And then let's see what else. And then I have to actually calculate how much. I was going to do this in composite decking, but the problem with composite is it has no structural strength. That's the big thing. That's the thing that's kind of turning me off. It's quite expensive. So if you, like I have planned, there's going to be edge, and then 1, 2, 3. That's not a full whatever. They say you have to space it closer than 16 inches. And I don't know that that's 16 inches. Plus over here, I've got, those are a little closer than 4 feet. Maybe 3 feet, about 3 feet, I'm going to say. And you put a composite on there, there's no centerpiece for this, so that would be a problem. So I think that I'm going to go with standardized 5/4 you know, regular decking. Anyway, okay, that's it for tonight. This is just to show what low tide. This is a pretty low tide actually, because you can almost see that there's like a land bridge over there where the shoal is, and that's the place that you can get through with a boat, but even that is like really low. I mean, to the point where you can't get a boat through there now. And this area over here is only maybe a foot deep at low tide. So here's my little boat down there. You can see on the pilings where the line is. That's where the top of the deck will be. I'm sorry, that's where the bottom of the supports will be. So you got it. It's like, I don't know, 5 feet. and there's a bunch of seagrass which is kind of accumulated here. That's kind of unusual. Usually I don't get that much business here. And there's the that's the one that I cut yesterday, but I'm going to cut the rest of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them today, and maybe go get some cement and get started with finishing this business up. So anyway, it's actually a really lovely day today. It's upper 60s, I'm going to say, bright sunshine, a little bit of breeze, although I suppose that could be what am I doing? That's off about a ½ an inch that way. It's almost perfect this way. All right. This one I cut yesterday. It's off about 1/4 of an inch that way, and 1/8 of an inch that way. Okay, close to perfect as you're going to get. What I ended up doing is I got and I didn't show you, I don't think. I got I have some real big rubber bands from Staples that go around file folders and stuff like that, but they're big enough to stretch all the way around, and if you put them on where you marked on this side and that side, you can line up the line around the outside so that you have a full place to cut from, and that seemed to work out okay. I'm off a little tiny bit over here, a little tiny bit over there, because I didn't make enough marks maybe. This I could actually probably trim down a little bit over here. Although I marked it where I was supposed to, so I don't know what that's all about, but it doesn't matter, because you're only talking, in the overall scheme of 20 feet, you're talking a little tiny bit. So okay. The other thing about these batteries, I mentioned battery science to you. You can't let any water get inside these things, because they're actually smart little things. They have a little computer in them that regulates their charging and all kinds of stuff. So you got to be very careful about getting water in. And of course, salt water is even worse. So That's pretty good. And that's off by half an inch maybe. I could trim that down a little bit, but you know, that's like perfect across. I'm gonna have this will be filled with cement. I can smooth that off, maybe finish it up and whatever. Okay, so that's lined up with that. I got to do those two down there. So my neighbor needs his dock back for a few days and then he can give it back to me, so I'm going to try to get done as much as I can today. I got to go back and get my gloves, but I went and got a bunch of cement yesterday, which is in the back of my pickup, and I'm going to try to get those 3 pilings squared away. And this is a 20-foot 2x8. It's low tide now again, you can figure. But you can see from where I am, I'm off by, you know, half an inch here, half an inch there, but I can level that out with cement also. Same thing over there, but you can see that it's almost perfect here. And this will be a double, and then I got to fill these up with cement and put the brackets in it for 1, 2, and 3. If I can get that done today, that would make me happy. If I can get them both done today, that would make me even happier, because then I can put boards across and go and get some lumber and get started with actually finishing this section of the dock. Then when I get the when I can get the thing back from my neighbor, then I can work on that. But I got to give him back his dock today. I got to take it down there and reattach it to his main dock, because he's got some guests coming, or we're going to use kayaks, I guess. So, whatever. I mean, the guy's gracious as hell. So all right, so I got to go get my gloves, and then I'm going to start mixing cement. I have actually a cement mixer. I'll show you how that works. Oof. This marine grade plywood or wood lumber is poison, really poison. I mean, it's got arsenic and copper and I don't know, some other nasty stuff in it. This is not like the stuff that you buy at the big box store. This is like marine grade, and so you're not supposed to handle it with your hands. Okay, my point is that you're not supposed to even handle that stuff, because it's transdermal. You can get, you know, arsenic in through the pores of your skin even. So okay, here's my little cement mixer. Ick. All right. pushing in. Push this so far in, it's harder to get out. Man, I am glad that I didn't have to mix all this cement to begin with. I had another sheet of plywood or something. Oh, I do have another sheet of plywood. This like this. Put that like that. Let's see how this works. Okay, so now I have more than 80. Oops, what did I do with my thingy? Now that I'm gonna have more than 80 pounds of stuff.